I mean, obviously you're going to call what you think is your best chance to score a touchdown, and there's a fine line to it about who's the primary in the passing game and what you're trying to set up, and so we officially whatever the snaps are, you take out the penalties, and if you want to put the 2-point plays in there, then we have 27. Just looking at it, just as we self-scout every week and just going back and looking at the trends and where the ball goes, and sometimes you package things down there because there are so many multiple looks as the field gets condensed. If you go big, sometimes you go big and try to spread them out. You feel like you get matchups maybe one-on-one with a certain linebacker. We've done that before, tried to get Kyle matched up on somebody, got a penalty off it in Green Bay. There's other times where you may have a zone read with run alerts or however you're packaging that, or you may have a run package with the pass depending on the look. So there's a lot of strategy goes down there, and they do have a say too, but there's things you're trying to attack. And then when you have a back like Tyler, who to me is one of the better short yardage goal line backs in the league, the times when we put him and Bijan out there, people played it. There was a time we given Bijan the ball out there. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to find a way. These aren't excuses. I'm just kind of giving you the rationale and the strategy behind it. You got to have your whys while you're doing something. When it doesn't get you the result, okay, what happened? What do you need to do better? So there's a lot that goes into it, and we have a lot of guys that can make plays. I mean, certainly you saw Tyler Algier take over that fourth quarter yesterday, and that's not a knock on anybody else, but we kind of, the way the game went yesterday, and that's why we have a ton of respect for the way Flores operates. And going back to New England, they like to package things. They kind of run a defense somewhere on offense. Those are the games with the games. And we were kind of bluffing some checks or checking, and they were checking out of some pressures, and we hit some big plays. We hit the one to Hodge early in the game and some other critical third downs. And they do the same thing in the red zone. I mean, they've been doing that shift since Teddy Bruschi was back there in New England, and they got us yesterday, even after the Zoe turnover. And then we come back out in different package, and they bring pressure. We get the screen to Jonnu and get down to the one, and they pack it again, and we don't get the ball outside. So credit to them, and we obviously got to do a better job. And but those are the games with the game. There's a lot of strategy. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're not getting the results you want, what are the issues? The turnovers down there have hurt us big time as well, among other things. But there's a lot of thought that goes into it, and there is a fine line if you're going to use somebody in the run game. Every time Tyler runs out there, can't just be pass. You use them both out there. Where do you put them? Yeah, there's a lot to it. At the end of the day, we've got to find a way. Where we're trending offensively, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of really good things, but ultimately what matters, you guys score more points, and you guys score more points than their team. We haven't done that the last 2 weeks for sure.